everyone. So for today's card, I'm using the Paper Smooches Halloweenies stamp set, and I die cut the white cardstock with the Halloweenies dies that I had picked up a couple months ago, and then stamped the little witch image onto that, so then it's already perfectly trimmed out, so yay. Made this go way faster, which I just love. And plus it's like a perfectly cut out image, which totally appeals to my OCD. So I'd stamped it in with Memento Tuxedo Black ink onto CC Designs Cobalt Quality 80-pound cardstock. And then I colored her skin in with all the greens because she's a little witch. And then I colored in her hair is orange using my Y38, YR04, and then YR07. And it's always working like lightest to darkest, blending it out the darkest with the medium color and then blending it all together with the lightest color again. So once I got her hair done, I'm going to go in and color all the purple parts. So I decided to do her lips purple, and then her collar and sleeves and the band around her hat. And I purposely left the main part of her dress because I'm going to paper piece that with a piece of pattern paper in a bit. But yeah, the purples, I did the V05, 06, and then the 09 is my darkest. And that's the one where you just got to be a little more careful, but when it blends out, when you blend it right, it looks so nice. I love that color combo. So got the V09 and 06 blended, and then used the 05 to blend that out. And then I just took a little bit of Y02 for the buckle. And I chose that one because that was the closest colored yellow that actually matches like the pattern papers in this Doodle Love pack that I'm going to use, of course. So got all that done, and then on her hat I'm just using C5, C7, and then C10. So blended out the darkest with the medium, and then blended everything together again with the C5, and that's all there was to it. So of course, yes, the pattern paper I'm using is the Doodlebug Halloween Parade. Love this stuff. So I stamped it out before I started the video and trimmed it out just to have it done. And I use my Tombow Mono Multi, which of course globs the first time you squeeze it, but you just drag it with the nozzle and that kind of solves that problem, so you don't have glue oozing out everywhere. So yeah, once I got her dress paper pieced, I'm going to go onto the card. And I'm actually not using any pattern paper on the rest of the card, just on her dress. So I grabbed all the new little washi tapes that I just got and showed in the haul video I posted just the other day, or yesterday, depending on how fast I get this video up. And yeah, so I used all 4 new washi tapes and just put them on at an angle, ripped them off, folded over the edges. And since they are slightly transparent, like all the clear areas show up, so they work best on white cardstock in my opinion, because then obviously the transparency shows the color beneath through. So anyway, once I did that, I inked up the little web stamp from the same stamp set with my VersaFine Onyx Black, and just stamped it onto the corner of the cardstock, and then cleaned up the ink that got onto my craft mat with just a baby wipe, and then wiped it off with my hand so I didn't get my cardstock damp. And then the little spider I didn't ink up properly, so that's one of the benefits of clear stamps, is I inked it up a second time and then really carefully positioned it again. That's why I had to do it off camera, so I could like see straight, and stamp it a second time and was able to salvage all of that, so I didn't have to completely redo the card. So did that, and then I'm just using a pigment liner that, yeah, I've got in my stash, and decided to kind of connect the webs and add a little strand for the spider to hang on, and then grabbed a ruler to connect the last little points so that, yeah, the webs aren't just kind of floating there. I used the ruler more as a guide, and then I went over it freehand just so that it kind of went a little better and it wasn't so rigid looking, if that makes any sense. So did that, filled in any little spots I might have missed, and just to kind of make it all kind of go together. And that's all there was to it for that. And then the sentiment is from the same Halloweeny set, so I inked that up with the VersaFine again, stamped that on an angle to go with the little washi tape, and then I'm using dimensionals on my little witch and popping her onto the card front. And then finally I grabbed my new little star jewels. Again, I showed those just in my last haul video, so I grabbed a few of those and stuck them onto the card front. And then I decided I wanted to pop this piece up on dimensionals as well, instead of adhering it flat to the card base. So yeah, I like to use a lot of dimensionals. I just like it better that way. It doesn't bow anywhere or, you know, kind of cave in at all, so it's popped up really nicely. So I always cut in half, like the really big ones, to use that, and that way you kind of still get a little more use out of them, I guess. But yeah, did that, and then on the inside of the card, super simple, I did the exact same thing, added all the washi tapes And I originally was going to just cut the edges off because I didn't want them like going over the edge. But then I thought, you know what? No, I'm going to fold them over so you can actually see them on the back of the card. And that way, like the recipient will actually see that they are in fact tape. And I thought it just kind of looked cool. It was different for once anyway, rather than me always trimming it off and making everything look so perfect. So once I did that, I grabbed the Happy Halloween stamps from the stamp set and inked those up, stamped those, and then stamped the web one more time in the corner of the inside of the card, and then added my little spider dude, and this time I stamped him perfectly. Well, almost perfectly. He's one little leg. I wasn't paying enough attention. So fixed that with the pigment pen, and it's like a Staedtler one, I think. Yeah. I think that's how you pronounce it. I got it at Staples like forever ago in a pack, and this is the 0.3 size, so just for future reference. So once I was done that, I had to add just a little bit of shimmer. I didn't want to go overboard. I was going to add stickles, but I think that would have been too much with everything I got going on with the rhinestones and the washi tapes and that. So I just grabbed my Wink Stella pen, the clear one, and added just a teeny bit to her buckle and then to some of the open parts of the web. And that's all there was to it. So as always, there will be a link below the video with a link to my blog post and links to everything I used. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!